Hello and welcome to this, what is likely to be the last update video in Phase 1 of the bunker redevelopment project here at St Ives Golf Club. I'm Club PGA coach Matt Leach and I'm going to be your eyes in the sky once again to give you an overview of where we stand before the golf course reopens in a couple of days' time. Starting on the first hole here, and the theme that you're going to notice across all 9 holes of the front 9 is that they're in a state of completion. Aside from having sand in the bunkers, we are ready to rock and roll so golfers can get back out on the golf course and playing this wonderful new test of a 9 holes. The thing which I'm sure I will do across this video on a number of occasions is just to reiterate the fact that it's essential for us to really take care around these areas of freshly laid turf. As we move around the golf course from this aerial vantage point, you'll notice there's a number of areas where there are roping around these freshly laid turf areas to ensure that when a golf ball inevitably does find its way into them, we don't just go rushing out onto that zone and collect the golf ball. There's going to be numerous ball retrieving devices on the golf course for us to use, and it is vital that each and every golfer, when they do hit a golf ball into these areas, uses one of these to make sure that we keep this turf as perfect as possible. Once we get back out onto the golf course, there will be some boarding around the freshly laid turf areas. This will have been laid out by the greenskeepers. This is to make sure that when we are using the ball retrievers, we're going only from these areas and not on the turf itself. This is a look at the green side of number 2. On the right hand side there you can see the turfed area just on the left of the screen as it is now, where there used to be a bunker and that's now just been shaped into a freshly laid turf zone. Here on number 3 you can see there's a small path which has been laid out with some rubber matting across that muddy zone, and again it's essential that all golfers use that path when they're crossing across that zone. Number 1 for your safety, but also for the maintenance of the golf course as well. There are areas around the course here where the muddy areas look like they're just muddy, but actually they're incredibly slippy, and in places some of the mud is around a foot deep. So we don't want anyone getting caught in there, and we certainly don't want anyone getting injured. So those areas have been put out for your safety as well as the maintenance of the golf course. As we take flight over number 4, huge amounts of turf around those 3 bunkers up the left hand side of the fairway. The right hand fairway bunker, which we did have, has obviously now been removed, where there is now turf. And the new fairway bunker on the right hand side adjacent to the tree there, again with its turf around. And the bunker which was slightly further along there on the right hand side, just where you can see one of those ball retrievers, has now disappeared. Another one of those ball retrievers just there by the side of the 4th green. On the next image you're going to see those greenkeepers doing some fantastic work, as always, roping off the area around the outside of the bunkers. And again, it's vitally important for me to mention that if and inevitably when your golf ball does find its way into one of these areas which has been roped off, please do make sure you use one of these ball retrievers to collect it. As we look at the fairway bunkers along the side of the 5th, you will see one of those ball retrievers there, ready and waiting for use, so that we can collect golf balls in that roped off area around the freshly laid turf. Now we take a look towards the 5th green. The right hand side of the green here, the area has been shaped slightly differently to before, again freshly turfed. You can see some of the boarding on the ground there which will be moved into place by the greenkeepers. And the 2 greenside bunkers on the left hand side there, again they're going to be roped off, so if your golf ball does find its way in there, make sure you use one of those ball retrievers and don't go walking all over that nice new turf. On to number 6, there was a bunker towards the end of the fairway on the right hand side which you can see has been shaped away and turfed. 3 bunkers down the left hand side to guard that side of the fairway. 2 bunkers on the left hand side of the green, and the 2 bunkers that were on the right side of the green have now been moved and turfed. As we take an aerial view of the 6th green, you can see the rubber path on the right hand side there. Again, make sure you please use this as you move from 6 to 7. This is to make sure that you don't slip and fall in some of those areas. And you can see the reason why when we take a slightly higher view of number 7. Huge amount of traffic goes past this hole to get to other areas of the front 9. And some of those areas just off the golf course are quite treacherous, so please do be careful as you move around the golf course. Some more of the boards just to the right hand side of the turf there. Those will be put out so that you can reach your golf ball should it find its way into those zones. As we move on to the 8th fairway, what appears to be some sand in these bunkers is unfortunately just frost. My fingers were a very similar colour to that when I came off the golf course from making this video. And we're just about to pass over another one of those turfed areas on the right hand side as we move up towards the water feature just short of the 8th green and that new bunker just to the left hand side of it. This is a lower level look at the cross fairway bunker on 8 and the 2 right hand side bunkers on the 8th fairway, which, as you'll probably remember, used to be 1. Again, freshly turfed. Make sure we use those ball retrievers when we do find the ball in there. Since golfers were last here, there's been a huge amount of clearing away of the reeds in that area, which was a marshy area previously and obviously is now a large striking water feature just leading up to the 8th green. This new water feature, along with the bunker just past it, are creating a really enticing second shot for the longer hitters and an interesting third shot for those who aren't able to reach the green in 2. Much more of a risk-reward hole than it ever was previously. And finally we take flight over number 9. The fairway bunkers up the left hand side there, reshaped, returfed, and the big change on number 9, the sleepers removed on the right hand side of the green, the left hand greenside bunker taken away. And just one final reminder that if your golf ball does find its way into one of these roped off areas, please do use the ball retrievers provided and make sure you use the paths that are provided for you on the golf course as well. These are all there for your safety as well as for the maintenance of the golf course. Please enjoy your golf and enjoy the front 9. And finally, here's a bird's eye view of what it might feel like to take the freshly reshaped path alongside the putting green and chipping green as you make your way towards the first tee to have your first test of the newly reshaped front 9. Make sure you enjoy it out there. I hope you play some great golf. Thanks again for watching these videos. I hope they've been really informative for you. I hope it's given you a chance to really see the work that's been going on whilst the front 9's been closed. You can see the contractors and the greenkeepers have been absolutely fantastic. The golf course looks incredible. Let's make sure that we keep it in as good condition as possible and we really enjoy this test. Thanks very much, and I'll see you soon.